Has anyone else noticed that Ryan Upchurch's perspective on talking about his relationships has changed? Really? No, it's changed. Anybody noticed? No? Just me? No, I'm not trying to be dramatic. But yes, I am sporting my Tom McDonald gear today, but I'm also feeling much better. If you can see how much less swollen my head and face is, I'm doing good. I look like crap today, but we're going to talk about this anyway because it seems that Ryan took Mama Liz's advice, and he stopped picking up the Flamin' Hot Cheetos when what he wanted was salt and vinegar. And he got some salt and vinegar chips, and the boy's smacking his lips, satisfied. Was I right or was I right? Seems I was right. So, psychologically, what's going on here? And how can we explain this? So it looks like what's going on is Ryan geared down. And when I say geared down, I don't mean that he chose a lesser woman. I don't mean that he chose a less beautiful woman. I mean he geared down to someone whose compatibility was more equipped to link with his. I don't know, but if anybody's tried to fix timing on a truck, y'all know how specific timing is per each vehicle and each make and model. And if you try to screw up your timing and run it at something else's timing, it's not going to work. Matter of fact, you're going to foobar your vehicle. And I think that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to link up with people that were not compatible with his timing. And it screwed up, and it blew up in his face every time. But now he seems to have found someone a little bit more in his realm. And for one, I'm very happy. I'm very happy about this. And matter of fact, I've been silent because I have been so happy. That's why I've been quiet, because I didn't want to jinx it, because Lord help him, the boy, he needs something to go right in the love department. When you're so good at everything else you do, you have to have a deficit somewhere. And it seems that his deficit is in the relationship department. And if you're going to be Casanova and a lyrical genius, in the music world, I guess you gotta have at least one bum thing about you, and I guess his is just relationship quotas. Happens to the best of us, I guess. Although God made me fat and ugly, so maybe I need to take that up with management. Jesus. Anyway. So, one of the most important things that I have absolutely ripped on the boy for is not having a background, a history, a compatible history, a knowledgeable history about the women he's dated. Not having a you're in my circle, you're in my work field, I know you through friends, an actual history with the person where you know what they're composed of mentally, what they feel emotionally, their general perspectives on life and how they live it. He knows this about this young lady. So I feel already 10 times more comfortable than I have in a long, long time through many, many relationships. At least 3. At least 3. But who's counting? I am. I'm counting, Ron. I'm counting. And I know some of you are probably going, Mama Liz, why are you so hopeful in this relationship? Why is it so important that he have a history with this person? Well, because in his previous relationships, especially in the last 2 to 3, he has really dealt with a foundational disrespect issue. Meaning, yeah, they've been in a relationship, but at the core, it's not been a respectful relationship. The respect has not been reciprocal. It's not gone both ways. And we get into those when we rush into relationships, or we rush into relationships with people that we don't fully understand or comprehend how they function and what is most important to them. So we find out that we're not that important, or that relationships are not that important, or that they're willing to attack somebody to make themselves feel better, even if they're in a relationship with them, because that is how they respond when they get into those dynamics and those little tiffs that are in every relationship. So to find somebody that we have a baseline respect with, and that respect is reciprocal, we've got a history, we know that we're going to deal with this person in some way, shape, or form after this relationship, whether it be in the community or with families that sometimes know each other. It's better to know that we have those boundaries and we have those expectations that behavior needs to be on this level, on this grander scheme. We need to understand that this is not just going to go poof away if something goes bad. We have to invest more and expect more. And that leads to normally better relationships. And if they go south, then they go south at a better standard instead of complete absolute terror and hell rain down on everybody. So regardless of how this ends, it's starting in a better way already, and for that I'm ecstatic. I'm hesitant, reserved, but I'm ecstatic. And got my fingers crossed, got my toes crossed. I'm really hoping this works out because I really want to see the boy be happy. At the same time, what does Mama Liz really want? Mama Liz really wants a slower beginning into these relationships. But, you know, he's a grown boy. I'm not going to get what I want. I'm not going to get him to handle his life the way I want to handle because it's his life. And so if he's going to behave that way, then he also has to be open to handling the repercussions of behaving that way. And some of the repercussions are big, as we've seen the last couple of times. But as long as he's dealing with them and nobody else is, we can't say nothing about it. So guys, fans, chill. I know a lot of people are trying to give him some undue relationship advice, and I try to do that too, but in a nice Mama Liz way. And you know, no, I'm not going to give too much away, but he and I have spoken. And he understands if I ever say anything that he wants removed, that I'll do it. But he also tells me that I have free range to say what I feel I need to say. At the same time, I don't normally feel that I need to say disrespectful things to people because I can get my point across in a better way. But I do worry. I worry about his relationships. I worry about how he begins them. I worry at which the speed he goes into them. And sometimes I worry about the speed at which he exits them. But I feel better knowing that there is a foundation to build upon. He's not just set this one on sinking sand. He's got this person at least under his skin in some way, that he has a previous knowledge, a history, a baseline, foundational respect with them from the past. Which, if he's maintained that relationship for that long, that tells me that it probably will be maintained into the future, even if they don't remain as a couple. Past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. If he's maintained this relationship that long into the past, it's likely he will maintain it into the future, whether they remain a couple or not. That makes me feel better too. It's always best if we can stay on good terms with those that we spend our time with, especially romantic time. So now we're going to have to see how this goes, where this goes. I'm sorry I had to go outside. I had a friend visit. I had to go outside, and she's taking some plants out of my yard. And I froze myself to death, and now I look like crap, but had to finish this video. I have hope, Ryan. I am rooting for you. And I know everybody likes to pick on you and give you a relationship advice, but, you know, the Mama Liz offer still stands. If you would like to do a call or do a video and introduce me and get my vibes on the new person, I'll do it. I'll do it like I said I would. Always here for you. You know that. But I have to say, I feel better. I feel better. I don't want to eat those words in 2 months, so feel better about this one, Ryan. Okay, that's where I am. We'll see how this progresses. I'm hopeful. I'm hesitant, but I'm hopeful. I want the boy to be happy. Let's all send him good vibes. Let's stop trying to give him relationship advice. The boy's almost 30 years old. He knows what's going on in the relationship department. It's like getting a no vehicle. You can buy a no vehicle and everybody can tell you how to fix it up, but unless you're going to dedicate the time to do it, it's crap. So this is his vehicle. If he's going to put the time invest into it to fix it up, that's up to him. We can't do it for him. So let's just wait and see what he makes of this. I think that after the failed attempts that we've seen recently, I think this is going to be something that he does put more value and more time in. And he looks at it in a different light, in a different way, with different eyes, with different hope, and with different expectations. And I think he finally grabbed the salt and vinegar chips and not the flaming hot Cheetos, and I've never been so happy. Never been so happy to meet somebody that would classify salt and vinegar chips. But hey, I'm not knocking them. Them some dang good chips. I bet you that's a dang fine woman too. We'll see. Mama Liz, out. Now let me explain to you why we don't pick things that are cute. Just point blank because they're cute. Because you end up with things like this. And I love him. And I'm going to take care of him for the rest of his life. And he's going to be my dear little animal. But you know something? No matter how cute he is, I'm still up at 2 a.m. picking up shit. Washing his hind end. Making his bottles. You got to do the dirty things in life no matter what. You better really like the person you're paired with. Because cute or not, when you have to do those things that, you know, suck in life that we have to do for people we love, it goes better if you really love them. And they're not just cute. Although I have to admit, when it's 2 a.m. and I really want to sleep, it's a good thing he is cute. This is Kazi. Kazi is the new addition to the family. I love him. And he's cute. But he's going to be well behaved too. I'm going to make him that way. But this is why you don't just pick purely cute things. You get tied down with these things. And you need a partner in life that's going to add something to you. Like right now, he does nothing for himself. You need a partner in life that's going to do something for themselves. So don't just pick things because they're cute. I wanted one of these for 25 years. Finally got one. And I'm just absolutely over the moon for him. But I still have expectations for him. Being cute ain't going to cut it. And in the relationship world, it doesn't cut it either. So Ryan, good on you. I'm so glad that you picked somebody based on historical knowledge and general compatibility. Mama Liz approved. I'm very happy that this seems to be starting on a much better foundation. Y'all can babysit for me when I go out of town. You want to?